Okay, and we're live on the Niche Agent. So today we've got a great guest for you. It's Jackie Youngblood from Keller Williams in Tampa. So Jackie, can you tell us a bit about yourself and why you're here?
Sure. Hello to everyone. I am Jackie Youngblood, realtor with the Keller Williams Tampa properties in Tampa, Florida. And I'm here today to talk about my niche markets.
So I have to be upfront with everyone. This is one of the most unique niches that we've had. It's a great. I had you in my scopes to have you on the show when I was just getting this show started, and I wanted to kind of have enough episodes out there before I reached out to you. But can you tell a bit about why you're here and what your niche is?
I'm here to talk about my niche, which is the clothing optional and nudist clientele.
So, for those of you, the listeners who may not know, can you tell kind of? I mean, obviously that's your niche, but where people may have seen you or heard about you from?
Sure. Of course, I also have a TV show. It's called Buying Naked, and it has to do with my team and I selling real estate to the nudist and clothing optional clientele. It is on TLC, and we had the season finale in July, the end of July, and now we're just waiting to see what we're going to do with the next season.
Awesome. So I want to talk about the show, but before I get into that, I kind of want to. I always start back with the beginning, before real estate, and kind of what got you into real estate and how you started the business.
Sure. My husband Bill and I were investors in real estate when we lived in Georgia, and we retired to the Florida area, in Tampa area actually, in 2001. And I found that there was only so much laying in the sun and shopping and working out that I could do. And from that, I thought, a little light went off in my head, because we were also investors here.
Okay.
And I'm like, hello, we're investing in property in Florida. Why don't I become a real estate agent and learn more about it on that side, and also make commission on it? And so I did. I went to school, got my license, and joined a small group out in the Land O'Lakes area in Pasco County, because I was just going to do it part-time, just have something to do. And then if you are successful in real estate, you do not do it part-time.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean that you work 24/7 either. It means that you just work smart, as we hear.
Yep.
And and so then when I saw the shift coming, I read Gary Keller's book, The Shift, and started looking into other companies to put my license. And I was very, very impressed with Keller Williams here, Keller Williams Tampa Properties. And so I put my license here in 2008, and just been going strong ever since. Needless to say, I'm not doing it part-time.
Absolutely. That's good.
And I put together my team slowly over the years, and now I feel like I have it exactly where I want it, and it's going great.
Awesome.
And I'm just excited.
So when you got started, were you intentionally going after the clothing optional community from the very beginning, or was that something that you applied into the business as you went along?
Actually, I was not. It wasn't my intent just to go after the nudist clothing optional lifestyle. Mm-hmm. My thing was, okay, I get in real estate and I help any and everybody. Yeah. And I ended up kind of chasing my tail doing that, because when you're trying to help this one and help that one, and you cannot literally do that and have a life and give good customer service. You're going to go slacking somewhere, and somebody's going to lose, and it's usually your customers and of course yourself. So it didn't take me long to realize I needed a niche, and I needed to focus on that niche. And because I started having so many referrals coming out of the nudist and clothing optional database, I thought, hello, it's right in front of me. And most people, realtors, if they would just stop, take a really good look at their database and the area they live in, even their interest, then they can find that niche and grow with it and go with it, and you become the expert in your niche market. It's my intentions were, and gladly, and I'm very appreciative that I've done this, and this is that when people think nudist real estate, I want them to think the Jackie Youngblood group.
And you're the first person I thought of, so it worked.
It did, you know, and I grew, and my business grew by tapping into a niche market. And from there, I started getting publicity. You know, the Tampa Bay Tribune called me up. They said, can we have an interview with you? We understand you have a niche market of the nudist clothing optional clientele, and with so many in the area, we'd like to talk to you about how you do it and what you do. And so that was October 2012. And they came in, did a fantastic interview, and put me on the front page of the business section. And I was like, wow. I thought this was going to be a 4x4, you know, with my little face photo in there or something. But it was a fantastic article. Actually, it was the Tampa Bay Times. And from there, that was October 2012. Then in October 2013, I got a telephone call, and it was Paper Route Productions out of New York. And they wanted to know if I wanted to do a reality TV show. And I really thought that it was a friend playing a joke on me or something.
Yeah.
Because I had let it go to voicemail because I was in the middle of doing something else. And so when I listen, I'm like, oh yes, right. Who's you know, who is this? And so finally I Googled all the names and everything that were left in the voice message, and I'm like, maybe I need to check this out. And I did, made the call back, and hello,
and here
the show came live. And it was, or is, I mean, such an experience. I mean, and from that show, I have gotten so much business, you know, not only national but international as well. And even the show we went, you know, like to West Virginia, to a nudist community there to film, and I've even gotten business from that, referring agents or referring clients to agents there to work with in that nudist community, and getting people from there coming to our beautiful and warm Florida. So, and I have to contribute all of this to my niche market.
Yeah, and that's
just choosing to have a niche, running with it, marketing it, maintaining it, feeding my database, and doing a good job at it, and satisfy my customers, and it just continues to grow.
Yeah, that's the premise of the show, is to show that no matter what your niche is, you can really buckle down on it if it's a good niche, because some people, they may be too small, it may not be serviceable, or it may not be a real good size to work from, but if you do focus on it, your business will grow. And a lot of agents get afraid of going too small, and they think it's going to hurt their business, or they're going to have to restart all over, or they're not going to get enough to keep it going. But it's been proven many times by many agents. This is your now 30 something episode that we've had, and all the agents have all really focused down and gotten more business and grown their business more once they've done that, rather than just trying to be an all agent to all people. Exactly,
and I think this is where people just let them hold their own selves back, is because they think, well, I wouldn't mind working with this group of people, just some niche, you know, pull it out of the air. But it's not that big. It's bigger than what they think.
Yeah.
It's bigger than what they think, because you're going to build a referral base off of it. You know, I think many times people just look around their communities. Well, it's not only there, it's everywhere when you go into a niche. I mean, there's nudist communities all over the world. I mean, right here in Pasco County is the largest nudist and clothing optional resort community in North America, and the second largest as well. We have somewhere around 12. And they keep coming out of the woodwork, you know, ones that I didn't know about, or just like one in West Virginia, and they're in Tennessee, and they're in California. And right now, Even some agents in California have reached out to me, and we're doing some referrals back into just they found me on, due to the show.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you become the central hub, and people can now connect to you, and then you can connect and get referrals and grow your business just by referrals.
Exactly. It's a big world out there, and I intend to get my share of it by providing good customer service. And that's another thing. When you have your niche market and you focus on that niche market and you learn everything you can about it and you're the expert on it, you can't help but give good service because you're the expert.
Yep.
And so your clients are happy and they're satisfied if they, there you go, your database just begins to build more and more and more and more. So I just wish people could understand that. And a lot of times I'll see agents just running around trying to catch everything and anything that's out there, but not catching nothing, So I'm like, hello, catch the big ones. Sit down, think it through. Stop, take a break. Look at your own. What stuff you like to do that you can be the expert of, and go for it. And it works.
Yeah, and I like seeing that light bulb go off with agents when they do realize that, and they start having that success because they get the validity that they needed. And sometimes it may be a little bit before they actually start getting that success, but once they get a taste of it and they realize all that work they put into it and focusing and forgetting on the other business was really worth it, just makes it worth it for them. But also to see agents doing that makes it worth it for me as the host of the show to really see agents get that and take their business to the next level by doing that.
Exactly, and it's just real estate is a passion to me, and being able to work with a niche like I do because I chose to do so and took the steps to do so and successful in doing so, it's my passion, and I just love talking about it. I would love to do a class on it. Hello. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get your niche. And I also have a website for my niche, or anybody. It's a website for anybody. It's called skiptheoutfit.com. So go visit that too and see what I did with, tailoring that toward the niche market.
Yeah, we'll put that in the show notes so people can check that out for sure.
Yeah.
So
right.
For you then, just for clarification, then you are a nudist yourself, so that helped you get into that because it's not something you just pulled out of the air and started doing that then.
Yeah, right. I am a nudist myself. My husband and I, we have been since the late 80s, and just have met so many wonderful people. And, it's just one big family. And we all go to each other's children's, birthday parties and weddings and celebrate the birth of grandchildren. So we're, the nudist lifestyle is just simply that. It's a lifestyle that we've chosen to live. And we're just like everybody else. We just don't like to wear clothes all the time.
And you sell more real estate.
Sell more real. I do wear my clothes when I show real estate. Now my clients may be nude.
Okay.
But that's their choice. I'm showing them properties in a nudist community, and I pick them up on my golf cart and have my towel for them to sit down, and they jump on the golf cart and we go look at properties. Have a blast.
So then the team members that you have, are they in the nudist community as well, or are they working outside of it, or what does that look like for you?
It is a requirement for anybody that joins my team. That they're okay with working in a nudist community.
Okay.
And I've been very fortunate, actually, that I've attracted people that don't mind it. And my nudist clients, they just love my agents too. They're just because they know that my agents get it. My agents aren't nudists. Mm-hmm. That I know of. And
not yet, maybe.
Yeah, not yet. There might be the opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, the opportunity's there. It's just a choice.
Yeah.
But we tease and say things about you keep eye contact and don't stare, and this is a business, you're professional, and I train them that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take, when I'm talking to agents, and something I do, and this is for new agents out there, when new agents come into our office and begin work, I keep my eyes on those new agents so that I know where I'm going to pull my next team member from.
Right.
And, if those agents are in here attending these classes, attending boot camp, and real estate boot camp, and doing what they're supposed to do to have a good business and to grow a good business, then let me tell you, it doesn't take long. I'm going to get those agents working for me.
Yeah, it's looking for talent is the number
here in
one
our
thing.
office.
Yeah. So, how much of your business comes from the nudist community then?
Oh my gracious, I would say anywhere from 85 to 90%.
Okay. So that other business, is that intentional from that, or is it just from people you know, or is it offshoot business, or where does that come from?
You mean the non-nudist?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I get hits on my website and get leads on the website, and my agents call up. They do lead generation too.
Good.
But mostly everything's referrals, and that's so good when you make your name out there, and then you're all over the place. People are going to look for you. You don't even have to go looking for them. They're going to find you.
Yeah. And it all starts with that going small, because you found the right market, and then the people in that market are looking for you, and it's easier to get in front of. And rather than try to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars marketing to the masses, you can market to your niche and really get in front of them.
Exactly. When you start marketing to the hundreds of thousands and trying to do, this one and that one and this one and that, you're just, like I said, you're going to end up running in circles chasing yourself. And that's what I did in the beginning. I mean, I was just working all the time and never getting anywhere. And then when I just sat down, took time out, started looking at my database, where did I want to be? What did I want to do? And I thought, it's here, right in front of me, the whole time. So, hello, it's skip the outfit, wear the lifestyle. This is such a...
So, from the business side of things, how does it look for as far as marketing goes? Like, are you doing target marketing, or is it just now based on referrals, or even from the beginning? Like, what did it look like transition to that?
Yeah, I do marketing in taking listings. I think right now I've got 30 listings, 31, wow, something like that. And many of them are in the nudist clothing optional clientele. And I do marketing. I have to do, for listings I have outside the communities, I have to do more marketing, right, for. Because you just have to, trying to find those buyers for those communities on the outside. And, I do the postcards, just listed, just sold, those kind of things. I send out an email with information on all the properties to other agents, and we're around 10,000 agents, 10 to 12,000 agents, and that's an email going out. Mm-hmm. And so it's basically, I don't really do newspaper ads. Very seldom do I do magazine ads of any kind, simply because I don't want my clients' properties just be one of thousands. Right. I want to do something to let's make it stand out. For instance, I do have a home which is outside the community, a great home, and it would be great for a nudist. It would be great for anybody. It's a wonderful, beautiful home on a fantastic piece of property. So what are we going to do? We're going to do a picnic open house garage sale. So, yeah, on a Saturday, we're going to have a picnic, and we're going to have a magician there, and we're going to have, the guy that owns the home, he'll be standing at the grill grilling hot dogs. The daughters will be lying by the pool. I just want to use live models, mm-hmm, so everybody can see, like put the wife in the kitchen, and of course he'll be wearing aprons that say the Jackie Youngblood group, and then, yeah. And then they'll have their own garage sale, the sellers. so they can get rid of things that they don't want, and everybody's having a big time. You know. And also, I'm actually getting ready now that I got my team where I want them, and my business too. I'm adding 2 other branches as far as niche markets. I don't want to go into those right now because I don't have them set in stone yet. But it's like I'm pulling down another limb on the tree and tagging that as another niche market and one other niche market as well. So I'm going to actually have 3 different niches.
Outside of the nudist community?
Team. I'm sorry?
Outside of the nudist niche.
Right.
Okay,
exactly. Great. Exactly. So, it's like me, and then I've got over here, this agent's going to be taking care of these, other limb to it. And when I get that niche marketplace, this agent will be taking care of them. So let me tell you, you can grow a tree.
And it's a good point, because a lot of agents think that if they think they may pigeonhole themselves, that the market is small, and it may be a small market, it may not be all of your business, but like you said, you can now grow this side of your business and then have another niche over here and master that and do it, and you could have 3 or 4 or 5 different ones and be more effective and just focus on those, and it doesn't have to be just one. Exactly.
And you hit something important there. And magical there, and that's when you said you've mastered one. Master one before you try to do another.
Absolutely.
It might take you years to do it, but just master one and then start on another.
Yeah. We had Chris Suarez from Keller Williams as well, and his niche was open houses, and he has a kind of a business metric that he uses is once he takes it to $20 million in sales, then he'll move on. But until he gets to that $20 million in sales, he says, I haven't really maxed out the potential of that. So he took his open houses, mastered that, moved on, and now he's built it to a $72 million a year business because he started focusing and got very good at it, and rather than try to be all things to all people, he got very good at each thing and has now built it to a multi-level with multi-layered business, but with many niches in it.
Exactly, and that's my goal. That's what I'm working toward. And what is so funny is that I never thought of adding other niches to my business simply because this is such a good one. And I'm like, whoa, I've got everything where I want it now and mastered it, as you said, and very important to do that before you do move on again. I have to stress that. And now it's like, oh, now you're ready to go to the second one. And you'll know when those times get there, it's because you've got this one exactly where you want it, and it continues to grow and grow. And I found the person to, put over that, my realtor, that will be over my niche market of the nudist clothing optional, and I've already got in place the one that I want for the next one. And it's just amazing how things fall into place. I've got a client coming from West Virginia wanting to buy $1 million home here, and I'm going to have her, she's an agent, and I'm going to have her tap into another niche market that she is very familiar with and that she works with in Tennessee. Virginia. So, there is no limit to what you can do when you set your mind to do it.
Yep. And just thinking right and knowing the right things to do make all the difference in the world.
It does. It does. Don't rush trying to catch everything. Sit down, make your business plan, and realize, okay, how do I reach my goals? And what am I going to tap into in order to do that?
Mm-hmm. So as far as competition goes, then, is there a lot of agents doing this? Are you the only one kind of doing it? Or what did that look like when you were getting started?
Oh no, there's a couple more agents who do tap into the nudist communities. I can't say that it's their niche, but they do sell to the nudist clothing optional folks. However, they just haven't mastered it like I have.
That's good.
And that's another thing. I get other agents in the area, if they get a client that wants to go into want to buy in some of the nudist communities here, they just refer them to me. They're like, I don't go there. You know all about it. You're the expert. Do you want me to refer them to you? And I'm like, sure. Recently got a referral on a guy that wants to buy 2 properties, one at 750, or both of them, to total about 750,000 inside the nudist community. No. So all I can say is get that niche and go to work.
It's totally true, and that's why we created this, because I can't help say it enough. I love niches. I'm so passionate about it, and that's again why we created this. And it's great to see people like you are so passionate about it and doing it, because some people do their niches and they're maybe not as passionate about it. They know it works and it's good for their business, but it's nice to see people who are very passionate about what they're doing, and it comes out and it helps them grow their business even more.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love real estate, and I love my niche market.
So I want to talk about the show, kind of what that's done for you. So you got on the show. How long has it been running? Can you mention that?
Actually, we had the pilot in November.
Okay.
And then the season started in June. We did 8 shows, and they were 2 shows back-to-back on Saturday nights, and on TLC. And now, as I said, the season is over, so now we're waiting. I just talked to him a few minutes ago. We're just waiting to see what the next step is and if we're going to do a season 2.
That's awesome. So what has that done for your business then?
Oh, my gracious. As I said earlier, I am getting so many referrals and so many telephone calls and emails from people all over the world, international, national. I was on TV here locally, and let me tell you, that's free. That is free advertising. This show has given me so much free advertising. You can't buy that. Well, you can, but if you got the money. But let me tell you. And I've been on several interviews, magazine interviews, that sort of thing. And then one of my agents was the young Alex. She was on TMZ. And so, it's just amazing. And right now we're waiting for a convention next month in Orlando. There's a national convention there, and the group wants us to come over and sign autographs and meet folks and talk. I mean, hello, you that's hard to come to money to do something like that, to pay for that advertising. So the free advertising that my group has gotten out of it is just, I've been very fortunate and very blessed. I just have to say it. Because we just get new every day, and I have to tell this story. I think it's so cute. I had a call after our pilot in November. I had a call from a lady, and she didn't want to talk too much. I mean, she just kind of said, my husband and I were thinking about coming there. Our daughter is going to college next year, and we just want something different in our lives. We just want to leave California and come to Florida, and we want you to sell us a place there. But I couldn't get, she wasn't talking that much, actually, And so it hit me the next time I talked to her. I'm like, okay, I'm having to just pull everything out of this woman. She calls me wanting to come here and purchase a place, but I'm having to pull it out. I'm like, where's the disconnect here? What's going on? And it hit me. I'm like, she's not a nudist. They're not nudists. And so sure enough, when I got on the phone with them the next time, I'm like, well, let me ask you, are you nudist? Oh, no. She didn't know what to ask.
Right.
She was stepping outside her comfort zone. Yep. So all this was new to her. And then it hit me, Jackie, do what you do, what you've learned, what you're taught. You pull things out of people. You ask the right questions. So remember that when you get your niche market. Be ready to answer any possible question about that niche there is out there.
Absolutely. And that's important to know if you can answer it. And when you are that specialist, you can answer the questions and feel comfortable doing it.
Exactly.
So I got to share a quick story, and I'm going to mention a friend of mine because my friend Tenley in the office, she actually looks just like your agent. I'm not sure what her name was. She was on the show when she was new.
Alex?
So I think Alex. So it was because people actually asked if she was on the show because she looked just like her. So I had to throw that out
kidding.
there. Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to send us a photo so we can see who looks like Alex.
I'll ask her for permission to send it before I do. But yeah.
Do that.
So, yeah.
Great.
So yeah.
And, you know, the show has also just opened up so many wonderful relationships and meeting so many people from all over the world. So it's, as I said, I'm being very blessed. Yeah, I am.
Now we're here talking, fortunate. So I'm blessed as well because it's great to meet other agents who really are passionate about it.
Oh, well, I appreciate you so much for having me.
Good. So where do you see the future then? I mean, you mentioned you have a couple projects you're working on, but as far as the Nudist Niche, are you focusing more on it? Are you doing more with it? Where do you see that going?
Oh, no. That's going to continue to go and continue to grow. I never, ever, ever want to give that up until I retire. Then I'll sell that to somebody. But no, I will not let that go. Alex actually is the one that I've been training to work that niche market. Of course, the boys are going to have to help her too, and then my husband, who's a realtor, will help too, because you can only work with so many buyers at one time. Yeah. And sellers too, for that matter. But I work mostly with the sellers. I take the listings, and I enjoy that. So no, the niche market will continue to grow. So, I mean, you got all ages. You got the 20s and the 30s, and right on up. Recently a little lady passed away that lived in one of our nudist communities, and she was like 101, I want to say. And so, we got a younger group coming up. Mm-hmm. So, nudism has been around forever, and it will continue, I believe, to be around forever. And I actually have a nudist resort community for sale in the area. Yeah, it was started back in 1951 by a father of 4 children, I think it is. And when he passed away, he left it to them, and they're not nudists, so they're like, will you come sell my property?
That's great. You've got the right clientele for it, so that they couldn't find a better agent to do that then.
Exactly. And, of course, they found me by way of the show.
That's great. Okay, so can you I always ask to give one parting piece of advice for our listeners. So if they're in the nudist community or if they are just thinking about starting their own niche, can you kind of share some wisdom?
Okay, as far as, I'm sorry, I missed you there a little bit, what you said.
If they're either in the nudist niche or they want to start a niche of whatever they want to do, can you kind of share some parting advice for them?
Sure. I just suggest if they want to start a niche, then to tap into that niche, you go to, you set up meetings with folks. Say if it's like with my niche market with nudism. Okay, so I would go to dinners at the nudist communities. I would put on functions. I would introduce myself, let them know who I am. I'm your specialist with the nudist community, and I am a nudist myself. And basically, that's the way I started it. Mm-hmm. And just when I say tap into it, I mean get out there and meet the people. If it's golfing you want to get into, you go out and you find everything about every golf community in your area, and not only in your area, but outside your area as well. And read up everything you can, and follow the model. Follow the Gary Keller model.
Exactly.
For sure. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. No. Just follow that model.
The core works, and then you add your own touch to it, which is great advice.
That's right.
And then listen to the show, obviously, too, right?
I'm sorry?
And also listen to the show. You got to add that in there.
Oh, yes, of course. Listen to the Niche Market Show.
Yeah. Perfect. So, well, we appreciate you being on the show. So if our listeners want to check out what you're up to, what's the best way for them to connect with you and see what you're up to?
They can email me.
Okay.
At bjyoung320@gmail.com.
Okay.
That's B as in boy, JYOUNG 320@gmail.com. Or they can text me at my telephone. I'd gladly be able to respond. It's 813-477-7298.
Perfect. And I'll put in the show notes again. And if you just want to mention the website again.
Sure. It's skiptheoutfit.com.
Okay, great.
SK. Yeah. And I talk Southern. Actually, I was joking around this morning with somebody. I'm like, you know what? I need to start a niche with just, I'm a Southern realtor. So if you want to talk Southern, call Jackie.
That's perfect. Great. Okay.
A little silly. Has to be silly. It's on fun.
We'll put that all in the show notes so people can check that out and connect if they want. So, Jackie, we really do appreciate you being on the show. Thank you for sharing your insights and your niche, because it's great to see people from all walks of life with all different niches. And I love to hear your passion, because that's what drives me. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for having me. And just go get it, guys. Go get your niche. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.